Good morning, students. We'll proceed to the next class, chapter number 6, chapter number 1. Till now we studied about sources of history. We are also studying about changes which took place over 1000 years. What are the changes? We are studying about various types of monuments. Now we are moving to the topic, that is new social and political groups. New social and political groups emerged during this period, that we are between 700 to 1750. During this period, several new social groups and political groups emerged in India. When we speak about social groups and political groups, we speak about kingdoms, dynasties. We speak about certain clans, caste system. Okay, so we speak about a wide variety of subjects. In the sense, we speak about what are the social changes took place, what are the political changes took place over this period of 1000 years. During this period, several new political groups emerged. Several new political groups emerged during 1000 period of time. The several new political groups, they were Rajputs, Marathas, Sikh, Ahoms, Jats, Kayasthas. Only few examples given here, because during this period only you can see the emergence of Rashtrakuta dynasty, Chalukyan dynasty, Hoysala dynasty. These are all emerged during that period of what we speak about 1000 years. We study about Rajputs, Marathas, Sikh, Ahom, Jats and Kayasthas. This we study about these few powerful political groups. Now, change of this political group also changed meaning of the term. Take for example Marathas. Marathas who are generally from modern day or today's Maharashtra region. Sikh generally from Punjab. But the meaning of Rajputs today, Rajputs, when we speak Rajputs, we heard a lot of stories of their sacrifice, bravery about Rajputs. We studied that Rajputs is a brave clan, which is a clan or a community which is known for their bravery. But originally, the meaning of Rajput is Rajaputra. Rajaputra means son of a king. Rajaputra was original meaning of word Rajput. But later, the Rajaputra or Rajput meaning is also changed. That is what we are studying. The term Rajaputra means son of a ruler or a king. Between 8th and 14th century, the term Rajput means a group of Kshatriyas. So, the meaning of Rajputs changed over a period of time. But in the later part, the parties we are speaking about, between 8th and 14th century, Rajputs means a Kshatriya caste or a clan or a group of a community. Kshatriya caste. So, during this period, 8th and 14th century, Rajputs were given a caste status. That is what it is. And what are the qualities? Each caste, each religion, each community generally attributed qualities. Gurkhas are known for bravery. Like that, every community got certain attributed qualities. What are the attributed qualities? Attributed qualities we speak. Rajputs known for their valor. They are definitely known for the great sense of loyalty to the honor or loyalty to the king, who definitely taken them as his workers. So that they are known for their loyalty, they are known for their valor, they Rajputs, Maratha, Sikhs, Ahoms and Jats. They were the political groups. Then we speak about Jati. If you refer or if you read early Indian text, or maybe in the previous classes when we studied that in India, we studied about Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. These are the four caste structure in India. But try to understand this division of caste into Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. This is not originally done on the basis of birth. This is purely done on the basis of profession. Means a person who involved in the works related to the temple, he was called as Brahmin. A person who was safeguarding, protecting the people and the kingdom was considered a Kshatriya. A person who involved in trading, commerce, means he is trading, buying and selling of goods, was called as Vaishya. Vaishya means trader. Who is the last one? Shudra. Shudra means a person who was helping for all these communities. Means someone who helps Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya is called as Shudra. Shudra means he is a person who used to help all these communities. This is what original concept of Jati. Later it changed, it became by birth. Means son of a Brahmin, naturally called as Brahmin. King's son, son of a Kshatriya, king's son, naturally became Kshatriya. This is later change. This we all will study. When you move to the higher classes, you will study. Try to understand, in India, caste system is divided into four: Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. Okay. People were differentiated on the basis of their possessions and background. Now, a king who is in the possession of a kingdom was called as Kshatriya. A person who is in the possession of large group of cattle was called as a cattle herder, in a different name. A person who was in the possession of Agrahara was called as Brahmin. So, here you are called because of your possession. Possession is nothing but what you have, or your background means what you do. So this becomes the basis. What you do and what you have become the basis for differentiating the people. So people were differentiated. Very important, you have to remember, not by birth. This is purely because what you have and what you are doing. This was the beginning of caste system. So this is the beginning of caste system in India. Later, each caste, they started identifying themselves as exclusive or a privileged, special. So once they consider themselves as exclusive, what they done? They framed their own rules. Let us take the example. We have many schools. We have Sainik schools, Kendriya Vidyalaya, Navodaya schools, public schools, government schools, private schools. Now every school got its own rules and regulations, isn't it? What you are doing in Sainik school, that may not be a routine of a child who is studying in KV, who is studying in Navodaya, or who is studying in a day school. So Sainik school got its own frame, that you should be inside the school, you should do morning exercise, evening exercise, horse riding, lot of activities. We have our own frame, we have our own rule. Once we started following our own rules and regulations, then we become a group or a clan of our own. That means Sainik school cadets, it's become a brand. Same way, every jati, they frame their own rules and regulations. And once the rules and regulations are made, frame, rules and regulations. There was a person who was managing the conduct of their members. He was trying to observe who is following the rules and who is not following the rules. This is very, very common. These regulations were enforced by an assembly of elders described in some areas as Jati Panchayat. Now, Jati or caste system, who regulated Jati, who regulated caste system, the people who regulated caste system, they were called as Jati Panchayats. Jati Panchayat. Now, component who consisted means components of Jati Panchayat. Jati Panchayat generally the elder members of the family means their caste and some designated were considered as members of Jati Panchayat. So, caste system in India is consciously created. That is what we are speaking about Jati system. Moving on to next, that is what we study further, that is regions and empires. We study about Chola kingdom, we study about Tughlaqs, we study about Mughals. About Chola kingdom we study in chapter number 2, about Tughlaqs in chapter number 3, about Mughals chapter number 4. The same way we study about Bhakti. We also study about beginning of independent states, that is Awadh, Bengal, Hyderabad. Nawabs of Hyderabad, Nawabs of Awadh, Nawabs of Bengal, Nizams of Hyderabad, Nawabs of Bengal, Nawab of Oudh. They are all emerged after the downfall of Mughal dynasty. Nizam of Hyderabad, Nawab of Bengal. We studied Nawab of Bengal because Nawab of Bengal was the person who gave a strong competition to the British. Can you name? Can you able to answer? Who was that Nawab? Yes. It's difficult for you. It's studied in class 9 and 10. Siraj-ud-Dawla. Siraj-ud-Dawla was the Nawab. Siraj-ud-Dawla was the Nawab of Bengal who gave tough competition to the British. Okay. So we are speaking about Nawab of Bengal, Nawab of Awadh. Okay. Battle of Plassey, Battle of Buxar, all these are the battles. Okay. So we are going to study about new states. Even Mysore is a princely state. We are studying about Jats, we are studying about Marathas, Rajputs, Sikhs. All these topics are studied in chapter number 10. Now, what further we are going to study in the textbook? That emergence of ideas of Bhakti. This is studied in chapter number 8. Several new religions emerged. During this 1000 years, new religion emerged in India. That is, one is mainly Islam. Islam was not there in India. Sikhism was not there in India. So we are going to study about Sikh religion. We are going to study about Islam. So Islam is a religion definitely emerged during the period of medieval Indian history. Now, who are the generally people who are responsible for bringing Islam to India? Merchants and migrant population. Merchants who traveled from Arabia or Persian countries, and migrant population, kings, Tughlaqs, we are speaking. These are the kingdoms who brought the teachings of Holy Quran. Quran is a religious or a holy book of which religion? Islam. Quran, what Quran explains? Quran explains that Muslims, they are the people who accepted the supremacy or sovereignty of the one God, Allah. Muslims consider Allah is the supreme God. Later, after death of Prophet Muhammad Paigambar, Islam was divided into two cults. Cult in the sense group. How many of you watched Dashavataram movie of Kamal Haasan? In Dashavataram movie of Kamal Haasan, if you watch the movie, the first beginning few minutes, the hero of the movie tried to protect the Vishnu, the statue of Vishnu. That means in Hinduism also, there were several cults. There were few who worshipped Vishnu, there were few who worshipped Shiva. They are called Shaiva, Vaishnava. Like that, Islam also there are two groups. One is called Shia, second one is called Sunni. In Christianity we have Catholics and Protestants. We have Hinayana and Mahayana in Buddhism. We have Digambaras and Shwetambaras in Jainism. So, in Islam we have two cults, that is Shia and Sunni. Then Shia means those who considered Ali. Ali, who is Ali? Son-in-law of Prophet Muhammad. So, those who believed Ali, they were called Shiites. So, Shiites are those people who believed Ali. Who are Sunni Muslims? Sunni Muslims consider that early leaders of Islam, they are called Khalifas. So early leaders of Muslims, they consider early leaders of Muslims, so they are called as Sunni. So in Islam also there are two cults. One is Shia, second one is Sunni. So all these are we are going to study about the new religion. Now almost we are in the fag end of this chapter. In the beginning of this chapter, I explained you, history is divided into three periods: ancient history, medieval history, modern history, or ancient period, medieval period, modern period. But in India, British historians written the history of British India. The history of British India written by Mill. James Scottish Mill, J.S. Mill. J.S. Mill wrote a book called History of British India, in which he divided history into Hindu period, Muslim period and British period. This is the classification done by British history. What is the general classification? Ancient period, medieval period and modern period. Okay students, so with this the chapter number 1 is completed. Now what you will do, you have to complete this exercise. Okay, this is an image taken from the textbook only. Who was considered as a foreigner in the past? I explained, a person who from outside the village. For a city dweller, forest dweller was a foreigner. For a forest dweller, city dweller was a foreigner. So you will write was considered as a foreigner. State whether true or false. All this it is there in your textbook. Now the question comes here: if you don't have a hard copy of textbook, means textbook with you, please download textbook from NCERT site, that is called ePathshala. If you go for ePathshala, then you get a PDF version of textbook. So if you download a PDF version of textbook, you can see the pages and answer entire textbook in your mobile. So please download those who don't have textbook, okay, and solve the question and answer. This is about the filling the blanks. Archives is the place where manuscripts are kept. So like that because I am not explaining you the answers, because you have to do it your own. Let's understand. Okay. So you have to give the meaning of Hindustan, which is changed over a period of time. You have to answer who regulated Jati system. You have to answer that question. Okay. And few additional questions which I am giving to you. Please write down this. Many new kingdoms emerged during the medieval period. You have to explain. name. Just write the names of the kingdoms. Easy one. What was the original meaning of Rajput? This is your right. Third, the name, the Persian cartographer, which we discussed in this previous slides. Persian cartographer. The last one is name the kingdoms emerged during medieval Indian history. Kingdoms emerged during medieval Indian history. Okay. So, what is not covered in the question number 1, please try to cover in the question number 4. Okay. So, children, with the 6 video classes, chapter number 1 is completed. Thank you.